up the gambling 3 no-bidders king if you lead ace empty, because their bid denies an outside king. If the king shows up in dummy, now you got to figure out, okay, do I continue that suit? Does partner have the queen? Do I go ahead and knock out the king? Or do I need to be doing something different? The upshot is that if you know they have a source of tricks, you lead as aggressively as you can. Because what are they going to do as soon as your side, as soon as the defense has given up the lead, what are they going to do? They're going to run 7 club winners or 7 diamond winners at you, right? Which, you know, I mean, if anything, may put you in an uncomfortable discard situation, as you have to find pitches on all of these. And look, maybe you can't beat the contract, but you still want to make the most attacking lead possible. This also applies, by the way, to high-level pre's, not just gambling 3-net. We had a hand that came up here on Saturday afternoon. I don't know if any of you played Saturday afternoon, where there was a fairly routine 4-spade opening. I found myself on lead against 4 spades. I had 1 ace in my hand. It was the ace of clubs. So that was my lead. All right, well, the king, queen of clubs showed up and done. Fortunately, my ace didn't get roughed. It's the right lead. Even if it does get roughed, that would be unfortunate, but okay. Well, now I look at the dummy and I see there's no future in clubs, right? I don't even really need a signal from partner. I see the king, queen of clubs, we're not getting any more tricks there. I see the ace, jack of diamonds. The weakest holding dummy came down. Dummy actually had a pretty good hand for their partner who preempted. Dummy had queen, jack, doubleton of hearts. Well, there was absolutely nothing to do except lead a heart. And on a good day, partner would have had ace king, but he had only the king. So that was it. There was nothing else to do. There wasn't much to the defense. But the idea was that I made the lead that gave us the best chance to take maximum tricks. So big preempts, another thing that usually calls for an attacking lead. All right, well, let us see a hand where this is in play.
Do you remember what the whole book was called?
I don't have page numbers here, but if any of you do have the Hall book, most of my examples from today are directly out of that book. All right, so let's give you the bidding first. Oops.
It's in the
That would be
tape.
weird.
I'm sure you
Let's
mentioned
not have that.
you're recording.
There we go. Okay. Actually, let's change this a little bit. Not exactly what I want. I want this to clearly be vigorous bidding so that you would be inclined to attack. So for those of you who play 2/1, and we're gonna say that this is a 2/1 auction. So the 2 clubs right away was game forcing. The 2-heart rebid is a 6-card suit. The hand that bids 3 hearts has at least a doubleton, but could very easily have 3 hearts as well, right? So they're in a good fit. They found an 8 or 9 card hard fit, and they ended up in 4 hearts. And because of this little thing called fast arrival, 3 hearts by responder is a better hand than if they had gone right to 4 hearts. Now it ends here. They're not going to make a slam try, but responder at least acted as if they didn't want to give up on slam if opener had better than a minimum opener. So can we see how that's a fairly aggressive auction? They haven't stretched to bid 4 hearts. This is clearly a spot where they belong, or so it seems. You are on lead. With this collection. And what I want you to think about when you try to choose your opening lead is, if in fact you have decided that you want to attack, why? So again, we want to put all the clues together. So not just the opponent's bidding, fairly vigorous bidding, but what about some of those other criteria that ring the bell for, ooh, we should be attacking? Anybody want to volunteer anything about this hand that indicates an attacking defense?
Well, if they did one heart, two clubs, he's denying a spade.
So-
Responders deny spades
So
there.
responder probably doesn't have a spade suit, certainly probably doesn't have a 5-card spade suit. Could have 4, and have started with 2 clubs, with longer clubs as a game force. That's possible. Well, what is if they have a side suit, what is it?
Clubs will probably bring.
It's clubs, right? Now, we know that in 2/1 that 2 club bid does not promise a 5-card suit. It could be a 4-card suit. But often that's a real suit. It's usually at least 4 and could be more, right? For all we know, it's a 6-card club suit. But they want to play in the major because we're going for the best score. They have a heart fit, right? What do we know about the club suit on this hand? Look at our club hole. Is the suit breaking friendly for the opponents or is it breaking badly? Friendly. You have 3 to the 10. So if dummy shows up with a good club suit, it's coming in. But it very well could be, and by the way, we're also looking at the trump suit, right? The trump suit's not going to break badly either. We have 2 small. So partner has no more than 3 hearts. And not only that, even if partner has a heart honor, which is not real likely here, they can probably finesse it, right? The hand with the long hearts. If they need to take a finesse, they're probably going to finesse your partner for a missing heart honor. And we're thinking about how the hand is going to play out before we've even made our lead and seen the dummy. So what I'm doing here, remember, defense, process of elimination. I'm eliminating leads that are clearly wrong. So I hope that you can eliminate both suits that the opponents bid. Sometimes I see people with hands like this lead a trump because they're afraid to attack. But this auction does not call for that. Now, if I'm declaring, I would love a trump lead, because I'm going to take a whole bunch of over tricks, as you will see. All right, well, now the hard part. Do we lead a spade or do we lead a diamond? All right, so I would lead a diamond, and if we normally lead 4th best, then your lead would be the deuce. So we do hold the ace of spades. Why do we think leading from King Jack is more attacking than laying down the ace of spades? Yeah, I mean, if we are setting up a diamond trick, the ace of spades might be an entry for us. Now look, it could be that we could be getting this wrong. There's no guarantee. It could be that we lead a diamond and that even if partner produces the queen, it could be that declare wins the ace, draws trump, runs off a bunch of club winners, and throws away spades. And maybe we would have been better off leading a spade. That is a possible outcome. But you don't know for sure when you're attacking. So, or it could be that it didn't matter what we led. Maybe they actually do make 6. And the one trick we're getting is the ace of spades, whether we take it in trick 1 or it comes later where they can't pitch everything. We don't know. But if you want to attack, you want to be as aggressive as possible, as this auction calls for, lead a little diamond. Now, this is the fun part, where we get to show you why you need to lead a diamond here. And if you'd been wrong, it wouldn't have mattered. This is what we get in the dummy. It's not the world's fair. I don't know that it would really be a slam try, but I'm fine with the auction that we saw, since we're in a game force anyhow. Partner holds not a whole lot, but just what you need. Partner has the ace of diamonds. And that leaves Declare down here at the south.
This is where, what's her name? Carol. But not, like, she wouldn't take it. She wouldn't take it. She's saving it. She's saving it. And then you
So what happens on a diamond lead? Well, partner hops up with the ace, third hand high, right? And is a good partner and returns your suit, which means what for you? Cash 3 diamonds, right? And then you cash the ace of spades to beat it. What if you had done something cowardly, like lead a trump? Well, what would happen? Well, Declare would finish drawing trumps, right? They have all the big ones. And then they would play the queen of clubs and a club to the ace, king, jack, small, and away go a couple of losers, right? In fact, away go 3 losers from their hand. Like all 3 diamonds. And then they force out the ace of spades and they have the queen. This is the difference between beating 4 hearts and 4 hearts making 6. See, a 3-trick swing. Now, do you absolutely have to lead a diamond to beat this hand? There is one alternative. This is a bit of a forgiving hand. If you attacked in the wrong suit, you get a second chance. What if you decided that your best attack was the ace of spades? How would the defense go? Well, first of all, you would see queen 10 and dummy. And you'd be like, okay, dummy has a spade on her. Maybe this isn't the best lead. Now partner signal becomes very important, right? If partner held king 9 of spades instead of jack 9, they should probably give you the 9 because they can afford it and say, yeah, I have the king of spades, let's cash it before our other spade goes on, right? In this case, your partner does not want a spade continuation because they don't have a spade winner. They don't have the king and they're looking at the queen and nothing. All right, so in standard signaling, what you would want to do is play the 5, right? Play your smallest spade. Discourage partner from continuing spades. Because if partner plays ace of spades and a spade, this is going to have the same sad ending that it would have if you would let a trump, right? The urgency is there. You've got it. If you want your diamonds, you must take them before you give up the lead. So hopefully, even if you chose ace of spades, you get a second chance. Partner says no, and you say, okay, well, I see the dummy's clubs are in fact really good, so switching to a club doesn't make any sense. Switching to a trump doesn't really help us. Diamonds is dummy's weakest suit. I guess I better switch to a diamond. Maybe partner has the ace of diamonds. So you get a second chance, right? And you can still take the first 4 tricks. You lead anything other than the ace of spades and switch to a diamond or a diamond on the go, you are not setting this hand.
This is good.
So it seems to me that leading the ace of spades first allows you to then see the dummy and make a better decision about whether or not to lead from your diamond hole.
That is true. As long as the ace doesn't get roughed, you will get a chance to see the dummy, and it does give you that benefit. We can also construct some hands, though, where partner has, now on this hand, if partner only has the queen instead of the ace, let's switch those honors, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, that's right. Now, in theory, looking at these hands, the diamond is the best lead because partner has queen and not the ace. And so You want to lead a diamond to partner's queen, force out the ace, and make your other diamonds winners while you still have an entry to them. If this is the layout, it doesn't matter, right? Because declare will win the ace, draw trumps, play 5 rounds of clubs, and pitch the diamond losers. But there's nothing you can do this time, right? They can always make 6. This is why, when we tweak this example, this is why. So notice how leading away from your king jack didn't cost. And let's change it even further. Let's make dummy a little better and make partner's hand a little worse. Now, this is a situation where you truly feel like you're giving away a trick, right? Let's say you lead a 4th best diamond, and declare puts up the queen, and it holds the trick. Partner doesn't cover it. You're like, great, I gave away a trick. I led away from my king. I knew the person who told me in 1949 that I shouldn't lead away from a king was right. No, they weren't. If you lead a diamond and the queen holds the trick, did you give anything away on this hand? No, right? Because even if you had gone with a more passive lead and you didn't attack, declare can always make those diamond losers go away. They never had to lead a diamond toward the queen and give up a diamond. It was never happening. So it was a no-cost proposition. Now, the one thing that I don't have is we can construct some hands where maybe we give partner the queen of diamonds, and maybe declare's distribution is such that that we actually were able to hold it to 5 or something like that by getting a diamond set up early, and then you get a spade and a diamond in the end. Like if declare had another club, and so they couldn't get as many pitches, right? Or if declare had even a 4th club. Or if you had an outside card that gave you an earlier entry, is where it would really pay off, right? Like let's say it turned out the partner had the ace of trump, then maybe it was important to get a diamond set up. So whereas if you didn't get your diamond set up before that trump was out, so that's tricky timing stuff, and you don't know. But the idea is no matter what the situation here, a diamond was best. And even if it looked like you were giving away a trick, you actually weren't, if partner didn't win the opening. And it gives you the best chance when partner does show up with the perfect card that you'd love partner to have, that partner hardly ever has. But when they have the ace of diamonds, it's the only way to beat it. Make sense? All right, let's see. This is a good one. I like this one. Let's defend a slam contract. I know we want to bid the slam, not defend the slam, but all right. And consider the opponent's auction. We'll give that to you first before we give you your hand on opening lead. Now these are big shots because big shots don't use blackwood. We just blast it out. Who needs key cards? I would definitely call this a vigorous auction. This does not seem to express a whole lot of doubt. They feel like they belong in slam. All right, well, you are on opening lead with this hand. So you've got the king of spades, a couple of worthless trumps, and a nice sequence of diamonds, not headed by a very big card, but 10, 9, 8. And you actually have the ace of clubs. So the trump suit is hearts, what is the side suit? It's clubs, right?